fucking helmets in. I bring the bang, so what you gon' do? Stand there and just get shook out ya. So clean out your locker, I'm out to get ya. Cause I just popped ya. You can't take the pressure. You might as well quit cause you just can't last. Madden 2000, put your face in the grass.
Austin Safarian-Jenkins, the first touchdown of Jameis Winston's career.
And your pride in the dirt, so put on a skirt. If you come on the field and don't wanna get hurt, just bruise and beaten, all black and blue. And it's been like that since Madden 92.
Look, ain't no doubt I rep two cities, and ain't no doubt they both do feel me. Tell them his breed, put them on.
So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Buccaneer Blake Sports. After freaking devastating loss to the Washington Redskins away, I was hoping to come out of this game today being, 3-3, 500, and starting to turn things in a positive direction. Instead, it was the opposite. You gave a rise and a hope to a Washington team and a terrible NFC East division, and I don't know, maybe solidified Kirk Cousins being a starter out in Washington for a while. I don't know out of that. The crazy part was offense wasn't the problem. It was defense. I take back what I said before about we have been getting a pass rush, but they've come in spurts, but it's not consistent. It was definitely not consistent. I mean, Jacquez Smith got that sack by the strip, and then the recovery by Howard again, running it in for a touchdown. Guy keeps coming up, making plays, but you got to get pressure, man. Like from Gerald, Clint McDonald, William Golston, whomever it comes from, is that's where pressure's got to come from. But well, like I said earlier, today offense wasn't the problem. Offense did their thing. We put up 30 points, and remember I told you about 21. We put up 30. We put up, 9 more points. You know what I mean? Winston went 21 for 29. I think he had 129.8 passer rating, something like that. Don't quote me on that. And he had 279 yards. 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he averaged 10 yards a pass or something like that. It was a great day for Winston. That's 2 games in a row, but today doesn't mean shit because we lost in a terrible fashion. And everybody will talk about, the play in the goal line, blah, blah, blah. I mean, so I watched the press conference. Lovie Smith said that he tried to think like we think. We thought about running the ball up the middle, so we decided to do something going outside. And they were ready for it, and they got stuff short. Because I really think that we would have went for it on 4th down, hadn't it been we lost 2 yards on the sweep play. You got to remember that instead of thinking about going for it, because we lost yards on that. So now we're further away from the goal line. Had we have been the play before, I'm talking about in reference to the big run Doug Martin had down there in the 4th quarter that extended us to a 6-point lead before Kirk Cousins' Rocky Balboa drive or whatever you want to call it. Offense otherwise did a great job. Mike Evans woke up today, had 8 receptions, 164 yards, and a touchdown. I don't know if you people noticed, we had Dye and Mike Evans as our only 2 receivers that game. From the 3rd quarter on, you had no Vincent Jackson, no Lewis Murphy. We've got no damn receivers. But I always tell you, you need help. If you're not going to have help in the slot or the tight end position, help's got to come elsewhere, and it has been. We've been doing the things with the backs. The backs are getting theirs. The backs are getting yards. Mr. Sims and Mr. Doug Martin are having their way out there. It seems like the dynamic duo is turning out pretty good. But I can't wait to get Austin Safarian-Jenkins back because it opens up a lot more things. It's just we need it, even though we're still scoring points. And I know I wanted to say, with the Jameis Winston and the stupid fans that always talk about we should have drafted Mariota. I told you Winston's the guy. Just look at what we're doing now. Winston's the guy. Get over it. I said he's the future for us. As I said, from what I saw on my check, we had a better record than the Titans. You can say he didn't play today, but Mariota played last week, and he threw 3 or 4 interceptions last week. Granted, the rookie story hasn't been told, but you shouldn't count people out already just because of a bad game. The game he threw 4 picks to, mind you, just played tonight, and they're 6-0. So he threw 4 picks in the game to a team that's 6-0 in our division. Just saying. But anyway, penalties killed us today. Penalties. I didn't talk about that much because we weren't really killing ourselves with penalties so much. William Gosling had 2 personal fouls, one kicking somebody and then elbowing somebody on the ground, just doing dumb shit. I mean, I get it. You get involved in the game and you want to make plays for the team and you want to do all that, but you're hurting us with 15 yards, man, and you're sustaining their drives. And then the other penalties with the offensive line, we had a couple false starts, a couple holding penalties, and then the infamous the defensive backs, the holding and the pass interferences. We've got to get consistent play out of the secondary, man. I mean, I know I sit with John and I sit in front of the Mike Jenkins group, but Mike Jenkins is giving up way too many plays. I'm not saying it to dog him out. I'm not saying it to, just to be an asshole. It's just giving up too many plays. And like I said before, when it was Tim Jennings before that last week, the week before, the bye week, the 4 touchdown passes, then the final one that sprung him for that touchdown after the game was over. It's just, I don't know, maybe they go to sleep. I don't know. Maybe their concentration level isn't up there. But yeah, the penalties and secondary and the inconsistent line play is killing us on D, and we got to do something to change. I don't know if we make a trade for a player, about defensive end or something like this point in the season, or maybe in a wideout, because we need these players keep getting hurt like this. We're thin. Winston's working with barely we got now. Barely he's got anything to work with now on offense, and the same with D. Maybe you got to make some changes in there in the secondary. I know you just can't plug people right in and continuity and all that, but it's just getting too repetitious with this stuff. At some point, you're gonna have to start making some changes. And mind you that I was pissed off earlier. I'm a lot calmer now talking to you guys than I would have been earlier, but we are making progress. We're making great progress. We're not getting blown out there. I mean, that shouldn't be anybody's goals, but having the first pick in the draft and we got blown out a lot, we are making positive strides. Now I think our focus, remember I told you about identities and things that you do right. I said now what I think it is, we got to finish games, we got to close out games and close on opportunities. If that's our goal now, we've made great movements instead of, we got to get our line better. We got to find a running game. Our quarterback's got to get going. All those things are clicking now. So now you're focusing on closing out games, knocking penalties down, and things like that, and making do on opportunities that are given to you, like teams that we play against that do to us. Mind you, the Panthers game, all the turnovers we had led to points. As I said, we got to do it the other way. Most of them were touchdowns. And we just got to do the same thing. And they big ups to them. We didn't do anything on special teams, which I've been praising Bobby Rainey about and our team about. We didn't have our special teams captain, Russell Shepard. I don't know if that had maybe something to do with it. But we didn't make any plays on special teams. Really didn't have too many opportunities, which they did. They kicked us with an onside kick. I knew it was coming. I saw it coming, but it happened. We're going to talk about the last play of the game, too. I got something for you. I'll talk about that. But, yeah, the onside kick, and then you go up 14 to 24 at that time, and they come down and score. It was a long drive, but they score. I think that was the play scoring on a busted coverage. Yeah, like I said, busted communication. Excuse me. Burping and shit. On communication, I'm not sure what was going on, whether they were giving us too many different looks that we weren't ready for. I'm not sure what the case was, but like I said, I'm a lot calmer now than had I been earlier prior to the game ending. I was really heated at that time because I know we should have won that game. We should be 500. I should be having a different conversation right now about all the positive things we did instead of focusing on the negative things we did. I'm just still thinking about it. I'm sorry for the pauses. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just you just let something get away that you knew you had. And I said before, Washington has been getting better. They got a lot of injuries in that game too. But it's something we should have capitalized on, and I think that's what Lovey's going to stress his point. And I know people like to call Lovey soft and all the other things. I think he's right for this team now. I think he's right. I think he's just got to start plugging in. He went all in on the offense these past couple of drafts. I think now he got to start getting his defensive player. But if you notice, all our picks been offense. Mind you, did a couple of factories slipping a linebacker here and there, and D tackle a couple of years ago. But yeah, I think we did. We tried a couple defensive players and they didn't work out. They're on other teams, and I just hate playing other teams. And then the players we got rid of, like Deshaun Golston, Raheem Morris, and they get the best of us in the head-to-head matchup. Like Deshaun Golston get to see the satisfaction of them ripping a victory from us. It's bull. It's BS, and it happens a lot to the Buccaneers, and it just seems like that stuff happens all the time to us. I'm not going to ramble on too long. I'm going to get into the very last play of the game. Well, to me, it was the last play of the game for the 24 seconds where they threw it to Jordan Reed. Now, as I'm playing this, I have notations. Like I said, when I'm talking right now, I'm gonna have notations up there. What should have happened? They were confused on lining up. Now, the receivers at the top of the screen, they didn't even run out for routes. The three acted like they were gonna block, and the receiver in the back stayed there like he was fun to catch a screen. And there's 5 linemen. There's no tight ends there, no back in the backfield, and Jordan Reed as a slot receiver, or maybe right at the hash mark. And all he did was run a simple slant like you do in warm-ups. It was the easiest catch you could possibly make. And McDougal, Levante David, and Chris Conte, the guys on that could have played that. Well, not Chris Conte was kind of on the other side, but Levante David and McDougal, Bradley McDougal, act like they couldn't figure that out. I said, on that play, like you said, you'll see in this, Levante David needs to move down, maybe over the tackle, or the outside shade of the tackle. Maybe to help if Kirk Cousins tries to scramble or whatnot, or get outside the pocket just in case he breaks containment. Chris Conte needs to move down like he's a nickel linebacker. Again, help with the slants on the backside had those been ran. Help on the backside and maybe help again. Like I said, if he runs up, Kirk Cousins decides to do a QB draw or whatever, or Jordan Reed keeps running inside, and he can pick him up and the coverage shifts. But only one person ran a route on that play. It was the simplest coverage. Like the way I wrote it out, it's simple. You come inside, the slant's protected. Like Lovie Smith said in the press conference, I've said the same thing. He's got to beat you with a fade. He cannot throw this easy slant and come in here and make. It was an easy catch. It wasn't challenged at all. Levante David knew it. That's why he was so upset about it. It wasn't challenged at all. It was routine catch. Kirk Cousins looked right over there, hurry up, got that ball snapped, and flying that thing right in there was easy. You gotta be heads up, man. You gotta be heads up, even faced with adversity. That's why you guys get the big bucks now. That's why we pay you the big bucks. That's why you guys become stars in these leagues. Because when you put in these situations, you got to be ready for them at all times, especially with 24 seconds in the game. Mind you, they shouldn't have got down there to begin with. Because like I said earlier, with these corners, we're playing so soft coverage. You're sending these blitzers that you're telegraphing so they have time to make line adjustments, and you can't get pressure. They're throwing the hitches outside all the way to the far sidelines because we're giving them so much damn room. I don't know if you, like I said, I don't know if Banks and Jenkins were playing off to try to, like, imagine the sideline, the guy hitches here, and then the slot guy comes up and does a corner route underneath you, and then maybe he was trying to get under that to avoid. He was trying to get under that to avoid that pass, and then giving up the curls. But that's all they wanted. They dink and dunk. I think you should have just played man on man. I said send heavy blitzes, stunts, or whatever it is, and force Kirk Cousins to make tight throws, because them throws he was throwing during those drives, they weren't tight throws. These dudes was wide open, just running curl routes, uncontested. You're not even giving the line a chance to even get pressure on them. Mind you, they wasn't getting pressure anyway for most of that drive and most of that quarter and in the third quarter. But you get the point I'm saying. Make them make tougher throws than a wide open guy running a curl route and then picking up 4 more on the run. and just keep doing that and not even eating up time. I mean, it wasn't like he would stop or we would sack him or tackle him in bounds and time would come off. They would have to burn the time. They was literally taking their sweet time as if they were playing catch before the game. But I'm not going to keep rambling. I mean, I'm trying to stay positive. We're 2-4 now. We play. Who we play? Who we play next week? Give me a second. Trying to find this schedule so I make sure I'm quoting the right games. I know it's a NFC East opponent. Give me 1 second. Let's check my Bucs report. Oh, we play the Falcons, not an NFC East team. I was wrong. We play the Falcons, and then we play all NFC East teams. Giants, Cowboys, Eagles, and then Colts. Is the Falcons at home? Nope, we're going to Atlanta. And then we play the Giants at home. Going to have to bring our aim game. We're going to have to finish. You're going to have to get pressure on Matt Ryan, get him off his spot. Yeah, like I said, I'm still kind of mind boggled off of this one. But as always, I'll come back to y'all later in the week with my picks, and I'll see who I can pick up that we can talk about, sports, or talk about the picks and their team. We'll see who I can pick up, me. Shake the bushes and see what happens. I like to switch it up a little bit. But yeah. As always, we're going to end this as we always end it. Y'all be safe. Remember, you're the master of everything you do. What you do with it is up to you. Y'all be safe and have a good night.
Yeah, yeah. Riding with Skeet, Mellow, and Flacco. Ain't got no beef, but we got cheese and lettuce like a taco. What you talking about? I got my city on lock, ho, and I always keep the peace. I never gotta keep that Glock, bro. Tampa Bay Buccaneer, check the red and pewter. Yeah, the girls with you are mighty fine, the ones with me are cuter. Swagger to the max, mind faster than computers. See, we get the signal clear, the flashing lights can never fool us. Call me Young Hammy, I'm about to go ham. When it comes to Tampa, I'm the definition of the man. Always let me speak my mind, but never listen to my plans. Sometimes it made me doubt I'll never miss a step again. Confidence is great, but humility is greater. Being humble is what lets me show civility to haters. It lets me see the real ones from the fakers. Guess it turned me into Kobe, Wonder Corp, we are the Lakers. Going for the championship, you'd be appalled at the amount of women waiting for their chance to get hit. It's some cancerous shit. I jumped off the wheel, they let me out the cage, now I go hamster a bit. Yeah, hometown hero status, cause my flows they be the tightest and my women are the baddest. Skate park and Tampa kids tell me I'm the raddest. Born a soccer player, I used to kick it at Ed Radis or Schimberg. Got cheese like Limburger, I'm a lyrical assassin, I spit and begin murder. I love my mother, I know that my sins hurt her, so I live a righteous life and only listen to the word of the Most High. He made me so fly, boy, I'm colder than the winter, you could call me Snow God. Shout to Key, I hit the booth and go live. If they tell you I'm the sickest, my nigga, it's no jive. I need a doctor. See, I'm fly without a plane and I don't need no helicopter. I'm not an actor. When it comes to my success, speaking the truth's the biggest factor. You're just a poser. Yeah, you're just a relief pitcher, I'm the closer. I am Tampa. Yeah, I am Tampa.